welcome back to Talk of the Town. Health, wellness, and diet are three of my most favorite topics, except during the holidays. The toughest time of the year, especially for me. I don't know how you all are, but I have actually had the opportunity to pull in the expert today, Kevin Breedlove from Odyssey Health Club. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, I'm hoping you can somewhat get us through the end of the year sensibly and start us out with the new year on the right track. So we're ready.
Okay. Well, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head right there when you say sensibly. You know, it's not. This is my favorite time of year. I love eating. I love the sweets and the sugars and all that good stuff right there. But, you know, we don't need to eat everything we see out there. You know, we don't need to constantly go back and forth across the table and graze every time.
We don't?
Well, it's fun to, and maybe we'd like to. But, you know, the average person's going to gain between 1 to 2 pounds just between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So we don't need to keep that extra weight going. We don't have to carry that weight. We don't have to gain it over this time period. If we just try to make a few simple little choices where we're just not eating constantly, then we can make sure we don't add that weight on. And then when we finally come around for New Year's, we make that resolution to finally drop 5 pounds or whatever it is, we can actually achieve that goal and not be starting further up the hill.
So what's your suggestion for, I guess, just maintaining just through the holiday season? Because it really is tough.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you got so much good food and it's always all available. What I try to tell everybody is most of the time you're eating because it just tastes good, not because you want to. And the bad thing about that is usually when we eat because it tastes good, we eat one of those little truffles or we eat one of the brownies or the fudge, and we don't eat one piece. We eat 10 pieces.
Yeah.
And that's where the real trouble comes in. It's not bad if we eat 1 or 2. So what I try to tell everybody is try to curb the appetite before you go into battle, so to speak. You know, drink a glass of water, eat something that's not going to be so calorie rich, like a piece of fruit, something like that, and then go ahead and have your truffle. You know, don't deprive yourself completely, but then again, don't just eat because you're bored or it just tastes good and you're not really hungry.
Right. Well, I went to a Christmas party last weekend, and it is difficult. You have an entire table of just wonderful appetizers and just succulent desserts. I mean, how do you make your choices?
Well, usually you can kind of just try to say the least of all evils when you're going to a party. But again, when you're at a party, when you're out having fun, you don't want to say, okay, I'm on a diet, I'm not going to eat anything. So you say, okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm not going to worry about what I'm eating, but I'm not going to eat the entire table. If you want to eat, you know, some of the roast beef that they're carving right there, go for it. You know, if you want to eat some of the shrimp cocktail, go for it. If you want to go attack those chocolate-covered pretzels, go for it. Just don't eat the entire bowl. You know, it's one of those things where if we always say, I'm not going to eat these things, I'm going to deprive myself completely, we're never going to be able to stick to it.
Yeah.
What we need to do is start to learn to make these simple little choices, you know, and just say, okay, I'm going to eat 2 or 3 of those chocolate-covered pretzels, and then I'm going to walk away from the table.
I was going to say, that I think is I think that's the biggest thing that I could do is just move away from the table, Sandy.
Well, even little tricks that you can do. Don't grab the big plate. Usually they've got, you know, a littler plate and a kind of a more of a dinner plate. Grab the appetizer, the hors d'oeuvre plate, and fill up on that. Go to town. Fill your plate with that. No matter how full you make that little plate, it's never going to be as much food as you put on the big dinner plate. Right. So even though you're eating less, you're tricking yourself. You're putting everything you want on this thing, and you're not going to consume as many calories. You're still going to enjoy yourself. You're going to enjoy all those things that you wanted to eat, but your mind's not going to sit there and go, okay, I need more. I need a second.
Right.
I need a third. Or this plate is overflowing with food, so your mind is just convinced, hey, I've got enough.
Right. How about exercise? Because we find, I find myself, there's always something going on during the holidays. So, how do we try to fit it in? How much do we have to fit in?
Again, this is the toughest part because you're traveling right now, so you're out of your routine. Yeah, you're like you say, you've got parties to go to. Everybody's got work functions. Now it seems like you can't even find 20 or 30 minutes. Right. But I always try to tell everybody, you can always find 30 minutes for yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to hit the gym. Now, it may not be the best thing for me to say, but it means you can go walk around the neighborhood. Take the dog out for a walk. After you get done eating, you don't have to go lift weights and go kill yourself. you can just get out and move around a little bit. It's going to help your digestion, so you're not going to feel like quite as lethargic afterwards. But also, just these little things, these little maintaining things that you're doing are going to add up. So when you finally get back to your routine, and you finally get back to making the correct lifestyle choices, when you don't have all of these, external options and variables, all the cookies and everything at your disposal, you can start actually losing the weight. You can start feeling better, having a better quality of life, and you don't have the Christmas temptations always at your, always kind of nipping at you right there.
Absolutely. Odyssey Health Club. So what Odyssey Health Club, nice name.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Well, I chose it for a reason. I really think of wellness and the quality of your life and that your health as kind of being a journey. We start out in our 20s or so, and we have different expectations, different reasons to be at the gym. But as we start to get a little bit older, maybe why we want to be physically fit and healthy kind of changes. Maybe it's from looking good to maybe being more, I want to live a pain-free life. I want to be able to play with the kids. So that journey of wellness is kind of what I thought we wanted to be a part of. I wanted to show you, no matter what your goal is, at whatever stage is in your life, we can help you achieve that fitness goal.
Right. How do people get a hold of you, Kevin?
Well, they can always go visit our website, www.odysseyhealthclub.com. Give us a call, 843-715-0806.
Or they can just come to and tour the facility, which
Absolutely. It's 7 Office Way, which is the old SunTrust building right down there next to the CVS off Pope Avenue.
Right.
And love to have anybody come down and just talk with them and see what we can do to help.
For the new year.
They
need to come see you.
Absolutely. This is the best time to finally make the choice to finally do it, because everybody's talking about it. Yeah. It's what everybody wants to do. Yep. So if you're going to do it, now is a great time to go ahead and make the decision.
Lifestyle change. Thank you for being with us on the show
pleasure.
today.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us on today's Talk of the Town.